Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya Moore versus Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Is it Hunts?
Hunts, yeah.
Huntsville, Martell.
Yo, you know who we're talking about.
Listen,
that
man,
you know what?
the guy on the screen right now.
Right.
Martell Holt versus Kenya Moore. This is probably the closest you're ever going to see these two without like police or some form of authority involved.
Security, right.
Because they are not feeling each other. Not at all. And we're going to talk about that. It is your boy, Gamma, back with the lovely
Juju.
If this is your first time, please do yourselves a favor. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. You won't miss a video like this. Like the video, share the video, and be ready to drop your comments below. So, Juju.
Yes, sir.
And everyone else listening, especially if you follow the RHOA franchise, Martell has been making a splash on the show.
You think it's a splash?
Yeah, it's a splash. It may not be
tsunami.
It may not be the type you enjoy, but yeah, he's been featured on the show. Of course, he's currently, I believe, and I say I believe because you know these episodes are recorded sometimes months in advance.
I know.
So we don't even know they're together.
Real talk.
But he's linked with Shereé, Martell Holt from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. He's now divorced, right?
Yep.
All right, so he's divorced. I think most people at least know or heard of the previous scandal that occurred in this marriage. And Shereé has been divorced for how long now? Like,
many years.
It's more than 5, right? It's
been many years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and her last husband was Bob, former NFL player, athlete. And so, I don't know, man. It's been a lot of craziness surrounding these two for good reasons. But rather than rumors or just talking about it like the way we are right now, there's someone very close to Shereé.
Yeah.
You know, physically and in other ways that don't really like Martell.
Yeah.
And so we want to know, right? And I'm going to ask you this too, Juju.
Okay.
Do you feel this interaction by Mrs. Moore or Miss Moore, is it genuine? Is it based on just looking out? Or is this something deeper? Maybe she just, she doesn't like. No, I mean, it could be that. Could be that she just don't like Martell. You know, she did mention that he tried to holler at her before. You know, insinuated that at least.
Right.
And so I just want to know, what are your thoughts? Is it a genuine lookout for a friend, or is it deeper to it? Is there more to the story, you think?
No, absolutely. I believe it's deeper. I believe it's the connection that both her and Shereé have coming from past abusive relationships. Right? Whether that's verbal, mental, emotional, whatever. Right? So, I believe genuinely Kenya Moore is trying to look out for Shereé. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I see it, Kenya, I see it too. I see the red signals going off, the red flags when it comes to this guy Martell. Like I straight up believe he is just bad news. Wow. Bad news. So I do not believe it is jealousy. Are you kidding me? She didn't even accept the message. Or accept his...
So you don't think she was feeling Martell at all? It's not like, he got away.
No.
None of that. Man, I could have had him, but...
Yeah.
All right.
And, whether some people want to say, like, oh, it's what do you call it?
PTSD?
Or what have you? Because, I'm just looking at her reaction to Martell, especially when he was talking to her very aggressively. Right. Like, her eyes just lit up like, wait, what? Like, this is our first, introduction to each other. Yeah. And you're really talking to me in this manner? You know what I mean? On national TV? Yeah. Right? When he basically, quote unquote, was trying to, stick up or defend himself over the quote unquote accusation that Kenya Moore was saying that he tried to holler at me whatever, how long ago, right? Right. So I mean that's what I believe. But what about you?
Yeah, man, it's a lot to really think about. We did a video talking about specifically Shereé and Martell, their dynamic, and now that we have someone on the outside, that's close to Shereé. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people on the outside looking, and the ex-wife is peeping game.
Oh, of course.
Saying, wow, this is how he
Melody.
moves. Yeah. She's probably like, man, he did the same thing to me.
Exactly.
And the same thing to 10 other girls behind my back.
I'm sure.
So I think Shereé in this case does, I mean, not Shereé, Kenya. Kenya in this case does serve a lot of value. You know, being in the position that she is in with Shereé. But more importantly, she's one of the more candid type housewives.
Yeah, she
that's
is.
not gonna really sugarcoat
anything.
Yeah, and dance around anything. She's gonna be like, look, man, I think you're a scumbag, and this is why. Boom. And that's something that a guy like you said, Martell, finds difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, it's already exposing a lot about him.
Yeah.
His lack of composure.
Yes.
His lack of self-control. You know, just being able to calmly explain himself, to deny or confirm. None of that seems to be present with him.
No.
He's just like volatile. Right off the bat, you can tell he's a very unstable, emotional person.
I know.
You know, because even
that.
if someone's lying on you, there's a way to handle it without making a scene and going crazy. And that's, yeah, so she has to be, those are red flags.
Yeah.
And someone like Kenya, I think, is doing a good job exposing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we know Sheree's not thinking.
No, she is not.
At all.
No.
Shereé is buying dresses and spinning in the mirror.
I know, lingerie and everything.
Only thing she's thinking about is how Martell will react to her body.
Ooh.
She's in that thought zone. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he gonna like this dress. You know, turns around like, ooh, wait till he see me in this. She's not thinking outside of that. Like,
Honestly,
is this a good partner?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So far, based off of all the men I've seen connected to Shereé, as far as dating, marriage, on a very pure, strict level of superficialness, Martell is the best looking.
Out of all the men, Shereé has
right.
ever. Well,
Right,
okay, I
I
mean,
do.
yeah, especially when you have Bob in the mix. I mean, he's like Mr. Hunky Dory himself. Like, I don't know, you know.
And then you remember the ex-con, like the one,
the
ex-felon.
Yeah, he looked like he was still scamming and scheming. He looked like you catch him somewhere in Old National selling fake, playoff tickets.
Jordans.
Yeah, all of that, the whole costume.
No, but so looking at it on paper, yeah, like physique wise, okay, he takes care of himself, he works out, you know, he's not bad looking on the face.
So
but
you're saying Shereé is extra infatuated?
absolutely,
Like you think,
I believe that.
like especially a woman of her age.
Absolutely,
Because even though Martell is not a young man, he's grown.
Yeah, he's grown.
But
he's in 40s.
but he's still younger than Shereé.
Yeah.
So that can play into it too. Like, I
Right.
got myself a young stallion. He know how to do his thing, and like you said, he's fit.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
Okay, so she could be really just high school girly right now.
Exactly. But when you get past that superficialness, ooh, and that's why I don't know about you, but I believe, let me know if you guys feel this way too. I believe that all the other women on this show are looking at Shereé like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, we know this guy's history, and you're really like coupled up, booed up with him.
Yo, he
is
still got steam coming from him from the previous accident.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's still smoke from the last fire that he was in.
Yeah.
It's still smoke emitting off of him. Like, that's how soon the trauma was. It's not like nothing really healed. I don't know, man.
Nope. So
what were you going to say, Juju?
I just believe she has definitely, like, what is it? All senses, all reason has went out the door.
So that is why we feel Kenya does hold a good place in this ordeal.
Yes.
And we got, we like to know what you guys think. Is Kenya just hating? Is she jealous? Is she just trying to, she's single. I mean, technically.
Yeah,
I think she still hasn't finalized her divorce. But my point is it a case of misery loves company? So she's trying to pull Shereé down? Or she's like, nah, girl, I'm not, Google Gaga like you.
Yeah.
And I got to let you know what you really dealing with. So let us know your thoughts below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share this video. If you haven't already, subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can receive all notifications and never miss a video like this. Your boy Gamma signing out with the lovely
Juju.
Until next time.
Escape the Matrix.